One, two, 1, 2. Get on it. Check it out.
Welcome, distinguished guests, to the 2024 UNHCR Nansen Refugee Award ceremony. This event is hosted jointly by the Swiss government, the State Council of the Republic and Canton of Geneva, the Administrative Council of the City of Geneva, the Government of Norway, the IKEA Foundation, and UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency. For those here in person, you will find a headset at your seat for live interpretation. Select Channel 1 for English, Channel 2 for French, and Channel 3 for Spanish. We kindly ask you to switch off your mobile phones during the ceremony. Photos and video of the event will be made available for download on UNHCR's Refugees Media platform, media.unhcr.org. Our Master of Ceremonies this evening is the actress, TV personality and humanitarian Maimouna Ba.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, welcome, welcome all. I need you to look at the person next to you. Choose, left or right. And if you're joining us on live stream, type it in the comments. I need you to say to this person, are you in solidarity? It's safe to say the question has been moving through the room, and we're quite provoked this evening. My name is Maimouna Ba, and I'm going to be the Master of Ceremonies tonight. Our audience is here in Geneva. There's about 800 of us, and of course, so many people around the world who are joining us via live stream, including the family and friends of our honorees tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome all. A round of applause, please, to welcome everyone. Now, I'm often asked, why do I add my voice to UNHCR? And I have three questions. I tell 3 stories of hope, 3 stories of rebuilding, 3 stories of overcoming, 3 stories of what it looks like to have human will. Is it the young girl that I met in Kakuma, in Kenya, who said, I want to be a doctor? Why do you want to be a doctor? Because before we were forcibly displaced in the DRC, I used to see my father wake up in the morning and put on his white coat and get ready to go to work because he was a doctor. That image has stuck with me, and I know that I too can be able to do it because UNHCR can make it possible that I can have an online course and have some kind of exchange program online with a university that is not even close to Kakuma. Or is it the man who was also forcibly displaced, who has found himself now in South Sudan, in Maban refugee camp, who was forcibly displaced, who was a vendor, and thought to himself, what is it that I'm passionate about? I'm passionate about giving service, I'm passionate about business. And so even though I find myself now in this state, I am going to build a makeshift cinema in the middle of Maban refugee camp. And I'm going to charge just under a pence and put on a DVD and play movies, and that's the cinema that we have in the refugee camp. Or perhaps, is it the women that I experienced in the IDP in South Sudan who surrounded me in song, who were doing actions, and like this, and I asked my translator, and I said, what are they doing? And he said, well, this is milking a cow, Nomzamo. And I said, well, what is this? This is holding bread. So I said, so what does the song mean? And they said, we wish we were home in the land, because if we were, we'd milk the cow and offer you some milk. We'd bake some bread and offer you some bread. But because we are not, and because we are here, we will sing it and we will dance it. How can I not be provoked to stand for something that is much greater than myself? How can I not be provoked to be a voice for the voiceless? And tonight we get to celebrate people who are doing exactly that. People who have done extraordinary things, who saw others in need, did not look back, and actually took action. People who spotted a challenge and forged a solution. These are some of the qualities that inspired Fridtjof Nansen, the Norwegian explorer, scientist, and diplomat, who served as the first High Commissioner for Refugees under the League of Nations, before we had our wonderful Filippo Grandi. And in 1922, for his impact as a humanitarian, he won the Nobel Peace Prize. And since 1954, that's exactly 70 years ago this year, the UNHCR Nansen Refugee Awards have recognized those who take extraordinary action to help forcibly displaced brothers and sisters around the world. And this evening, we will pay our tribute to a nation who opened their hearts and homes to millions of people around the world in search of safety. And next, we'll celebrate some trailblazing women. A volunteer who mobilized essential aid for hundreds of refugee families. A campaigner who helped reform her country's citizenship laws. An innovator who enabled thousands of trauma survivors to access free mental health support. An activist who created opportunities for hundreds of displaced women and children. And then we will get to meet our global laureate, a dynamo who has personally assisted thousands of people on the move, while also shaping her country's refugee law and policies. So you see, we are in absolutely beautiful company. Along the way, what's a beautiful evening without some beautiful music? We have some amazing musicians who will take us through their music and give us the gift of song. Their music speaks of loss and memory, of war and peace, of dignity, of compassion. Tonight, we will truly celebrate the unsung heroes.
In dark times, kindness will guide you.
I started this career only as a qualification of being mother, and now I have promoted to being an activist.
Sharing a burden
I know the desperate need of psychological support because I lived it.
lightens the load.
Noi am avut o familie de refugiați ale acestui dezastru.
When lives are shattered, communities rebuild.
إحنا تعرفنا هنا، تعرفنا بعد الحرب، ما كنا بنعرف بعض في السودان نهائياً.
From adversity,
une bonne intention suivie d'une action peut changer le monde. Tout commence à l'intérieur de nous.
springs hope. This year's Nansen Refugee Award recognizes 5 extraordinary women in Egypt, Nepal, Burkina Faso, Turkey, and Brazil.
Na época, a gente movimentou meio mundo.
Who remind us that one action
Eu até comentei que eu escrevi até para o Vaticano, em Roma, e eles mandaram uma carta, graças a Deus.
can move the world. In connecting,
إنه إحنا كلنا روحنا واحدة بعيداً عن إنه أنا سوري أو سوداني أو مصري.
we grow. In a dark moment, we are here to honor those who spread light.
Honoring those who spread light. And now please help me welcome to the stage the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi.
Thank you, Nomzamo, and thank you for what you are doing too, and welcome everybody to this edition of the Nansen Refugee Awards. I always like to start these evenings by recalling how powerful Fridtjof Nansen was, how powerful what he did, what he achieved at a time when the world was very different, but the tragedies that were happening were as challenging as they are now. And I've read biographies of Nansen. I've tried to understand the way he worked, somebody who was so many different things, an explorer, a diplomat, and a humanitarian. And I think what strikes you more than anything else is that he, in that context of 100 years ago, was striving to find solutions for the enormous masses of people that had been displaced at that time by the First World War. So what's new, really? And I think it's, you've watched the short video about the people that tonight will be recognized here. What really brings them together is trying to find solutions from the community to the law, the entire spectrum of what is relevant for people in the move. But let me also start by thanking our supporters that, as every year, are here represented here and that make possible this evening and this whole Nansen initiative that every year brings us together. So thank you very much. They were mentioned already, but let me mention again, Norway and Switzerland, the two Secretary of State are here. They were my neighbors, so I had to ask them whether they had solidarity. They said yes. So I'm very happy and welcome, and thanks for all your support. You're two countries that support us far beyond the Nansen initiative, but it's a good opportunity to thank you once again. I would like to thank, of course, la ville et le canton de Genève, qui nous hébergent. Nous sommes chez vous depuis très longtemps et nous nous réjouissons de toujours avoir votre appui, que ce soit administratif, financier, et que ce soit aussi pour cette belle initiative qui, j'ose dire, fait honneur aussi à une ville ouverte, ville de refuge comme est Genève. And of course, last but not least, let me thank the IKEA Foundation that is with us also tonight. The IKEA Foundation, of course, is a strong supporter of UNHCR in so many ways, including the Nansen Initiative. And may I say, I hope they won't mind if I say that they symbolize a whole community of business organizations and in the private sector that increasingly is an important player in responding to refugee crisis. But it's beautiful. Thank you, Jessica, for supporting us here. There are many others that I should thank, in particular countries like Turkey and Egypt, because in order for all those who will receive a recognition or an award tonight, we had to help. We had to receive help from countries where they live. That says a lot about how difficult it is to move for people that are refugees or are living in another country. But thanks to the support of those countries, we are able to have everybody here. And in a way, the support of all of you that I have mentioned now really helps our winners, our awardees, if that's the right word, take their work to another level, to the level where all of us and beyond are inspired by the light that they shine. I want to acknowledge other people here, or at least one other person. We acknowledged him today. I don't know where he is. I don't see well from here. But I want to acknowledge one of the previous Nansen laureates. He was with us today also at the executive committee, Azizbek Ashurov. I don't know where he is. He's there. You know, Azizbek almost single-handedly helped Kyrgyzstan becomes the first country, his country, to eliminate statelessness. So we should really recognize him. And a few more words in general. Many of you were present this morning when we opened the annual session of the UNHCR Executive Committee. You heard me speak, and we heard many other delegations speak about the multiplication of crises, the record numbers of refugees, of displaced people, the difficulty of finding solutions, of making peace, that would be the best solution for people to go back. So the fear that I always have, that many of us have, is that we speak about these tragedies, about these difficulties, about the challenges, and we lose hope. So our honored guests, friends, the people that will receive the awards, I think they have this message for us today. Don't give up. Solutions are possible even in a very troubled world. Humanity is still alive. When we look around us, when we switch on the screens, we think that humanity has left this world. No, humanity is still here. They represent it. And they represent also a certain spirit for which I have unbound admiration. A spirit that says that any situation, no matter how difficult, can be managed. Can be managed in ways that are right, that are humane, and that are practical. And that's all really we want to do and we need to do. That's all we need to do for those 123 million that have been forced to flee. And they also remind us, and in general, this Nansen initiative reminds us, and that's why it's so important, that we all have a role to play. You know, we've had many different types of people receiving awards here, like we have tonight, from heads of government to people working in communities. And that says that all of us can play a role. The Global Compact on Refugees, I think, is a beautiful toolbox. I always call it a toolbox because it clearly states that we all have a role to play. You know, this expression that is a bit bureaucratic, the whole of society approach, this is what it is. We all can contribute to receiving people, to make them feel welcome, but also to help them have a dignified life, to employ them, to give them an education, and to find solutions for them in a very practical way. And the people with us today, the people we'll recognize tonight, do it, have done it, will do it, I'm sure, in the community, from the community and for the community. Their work is an example of what a more humane world could look like if we wanted. And how much closer it is to us than it may look from the news that we read every day. I leave you now to the rest of to Nomzamo and to the rest of this beautiful evening. I do hope and I do wish all of you to be inspired and to leave this evening with a little bit more hope than when you came in tonight. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.
Are you afraid of the stage or afraid of this moment?
Not of you, of course not.
Exactly. We are a united front. Thank you, HC. Indeed, humanity is still very much alive, and so is the power of global community. And this year, we actually have a very special citation for a group of people who have shown exemplary solidarity and support for people fleeing war.
Мы уехали на следующий день, когда начались взрывы. А на самом деле меня мама разбудила и сказала собирать быстро вещи. Взяла маленькую игрушечку такую. Жира.
Soțul meu și feciorul meu cel mare au luat mașinile și mergeau ca toată lumea bună să ia refugiații care veneau din Ucraina, de la Vamă, de la Palanca și îi aducea încoace în Chișinău.
Я не планировала, если честно, ехать ни в какую конкретную страну. Просто Молдова была ближе всего. Нас встретили здесь очень хорошо. И такой заботы, и поддержки. Вот такой любви я никогда не встречала. И эта любовь нас исцелила и сделала так, что мы здесь остались.
Мне уже 83 года. И уже прожила жизнь, да? Но все равно умирать не хочется. И когда бомбят, это очень страшно.
Noi am avut o familie de refugiați ale acestui dezastru.
Есть кроссовки, то есть здесь нам дают все, что нам нужно.
Am activat așa cum aș fi vrut ca pe soția mea și pe copiii mei să-i primească, dacă va fi nevoie să plece, să-i primească tot așa cum i-am primit noi pe refugiați.
Moldova has a big heart, and Moldavian people have a big heart. I don't think we are doing something extraordinary.
What an incredible reminder that truly no man is an island. This is truly the power of community. Accepting that tonight on behalf of the people of Moldova are Zahare and Tatiana Arama.
Good evening. We're a little bit nervous. Sorry about this. We are honored and very proud to be here tonight to represent our country, the Republic of Moldova. And on behalf of the people of Moldova, we want to thank you for the high appreciation that you've given to our efforts in helping our neighbors in need. And when the war in Ukraine started, forcing millions of people to leave their homes and flee for life, we could not remain untouched. We did what our fathers, parents, and grandparents taught us to do in such situation. We tried to be humble, helpful, patient, in a word, to be humane.
We opened the doors of our houses and, and their hearts to those in pain. The whole nation, in an extremely way, stood by these people, offering shelter, food, any kind of help they can do to lessen their frustration and fears and to soothe their pain and offer a glimpse of a better tomorrow.
We must confess that this nomination caught us by surprise because we did not think we were doing something special. We did not expect anything back for this.
Using this occasion, sorry, it's your line. Using this occasion.
And using this occasion, we want to mention the fact that our efforts wouldn't have yielded such results if not for the joint effort of many good people, if not for the help of our international partners, if not for the help of humanitarian organizations that have been working with us side by side all this time.
Yes, and in this honorable mention is a recognition of all those who showed kindness, dedication, and warmth in the face of hardship. It's a call for all of us, both here and beyond, to continue standing together and ensuring that those seeking safety are met with open arms.
Let Moldova's example inspire us to create a future where peace and safety prevail and where tragedies like this never happen again. United we stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to Zachary and Tatiana and all the people of Moldova. And thank you, HC. You're not done for the evening.
I know.
Still gonna need you.
I'll be back.
You should be. Now, one of the many Moldovans who helped welcome refugees is tonight's first performer. Be ready to be blown away. An award-winning soprano who has had starring roles at many of Europe's leading opera houses. During the influx from Ukraine, she visited community centers supported by UNHCR and sang with refugees and Moldovans. They performed songs in Romanian and Ukrainian, symbolizing the shared history and culture of our two nations. Please help me welcome to the stage UNHCR high-profile supporter. She'll be singing Puccini's Senza Mama, accompanied by pianist Inga Fetter. Valentina, Naforniță. Another round of applause, please. That was so beautiful. Valentina Naforniță. And on that very beautiful note, it's time to meet this year's Nansen Regional winners. And I'm not going to do it alone, because I'm going to ask High Commissioner to please come back. You're on the job today. Thank you. We start with the Middle East and North Africa. This year's awardee is a refugee who has rallied volunteers in Egypt to provide hot meals, shelter, healthcare, and so much more to people fleeing the conflict in Sudan.
هو من وأنا في السودان إحنا اتربينا على إنه أنا ما أخذ ساندويتش واحد للمدرسة ونقعد جروب وناكل مع بعض علشان تعودنا إنه صعب إنه الزول يقول لا أنا ما عندي فطور أو ما عندي أكل اليوم. الفكرة في إنه السودانيين خلاص بقوا يطلعوا وبيوصلوا مصير أو بيسافروا على تشاد. كان الأعداد كبيرة جدا وكان لسه ما كان في منظمات نزلت علشان تساعد. بعد كده لقينا إنه لا هم ما بس السودانيين اللي محتاجين مساعدة، فلقينا إنه لا في جنسيات تانية هنا برضو موجودة ومحتاجة مساعدة. في منهم سوريين وضعهم صعب جدا وما عندهم مساعدات، وحتى المصريين ذات نفسهم. فقلنا طيب إحنا ليه ما نبقى مختلفين عن كل المبادرات اللي بتبقى موجودة، إنه بتدعم جهة واحدة وسميناها روح، بحيث إنه تبقى لا إنه إحنا كلنا روحنا واحدة بعيدا عن إنه أنا سوري أو سوداني أو مصري. كل الناس اللي موجودين معي حاليا متطوعين في المبادرة. إحنا تعرفنا هنا، تعرفنا بعد الحرب، ما كنا بنعرف بعض في السودان نهائيا.
كل ما أغلط كل ما أعمل حاجة برجع عليها أنا عملت كده، أنا بوظت الدنيا. تقول لي لا خلاص مشي شوية كده هنظبطها واحدة واحدة وما تقلقيش. يعني أنا ده ضغط كبير أنا بحبها من جوا قلبي، فيعني قدوة بالنسبة لي. ما بقينا أصحاب، ما بقينا فريق، لا إحنا بقينا أكتر من كده بكثير، فحاسين إنه إحنا أسرة.
What a truly worthy winner. Please welcome to the stage, Nada Fadol.
مساء الخير. أنا سعيدة جدا وفخورة بإني واقفة.
Happy and proud to be standing tonight to receive this prestigious award, the Nansen Refugee Award for the Middle East and North Africa region. Because to me, it's not just an award for me as Nada, but a recognition of the efforts of all refugees around the world. Refugees have to face difficult circumstances that prevent them from having any hope of returning to their homes and reclaiming their properties and building a decent life for themselves and their children, a difficult life in which they cannot meet their basic needs or access healthcare. They lost their education, their shelter. So for me, this award is like opening the way for hope, a way through which we will succeed in delivering to refugees the life they deserve. We will preserve their health, be it physical or mental. We will empower women. We will provide job opportunities for youth. We will help them build a new life. I would like to dedicate this award to everyone who helped me stand on this stage, starting with the team of Ruh Initiative, my friends who helped and contributed their time and efforts without any financial compensation, just because they want to help a person in need and because they trusted me. I dedicate this award to my mother and my family, whose prayers never left me. Special thanks go to UNHCR for helping me reach a platform, and to all partners, and to all the Egyptian doctors who volunteered, who helped me deliver these services to refugees, and to the government of Egypt and its people who opened their hearts and homes to us. Together, God willing, we will contribute to building a decent life for all refugees. All thanks, gratitude, and appreciation to all of you.
Shukran, Nada, and congratulations. Our next stop is Asia and the Pacific. This year's awardee is a mother who helms from Nepal and helped open a path to citizenship for thousands and might be others who would have been stateless.
I started this career only as a qualification of being mother, and now I have promoted to being an activist. Hello. While trying to acquire citizenship for my elder daughter, that's the first time that we understood how difficult it is.
Scaring us all.
So how is it possible that my country denies citizenship to my children? When you go to acquire citizenship to different offices, government offices, you would be questioned what exactly happened with your spouse or biological father. Constitution was not clear enough to cover citizenship through mothers yet. So because this drafting of Constitution was happening during that period of time, I got an opportunity to be a part of that movement. Not to have citizenship in Nepal means you cannot do many things. Even to get a SIM card for your phone, you need citizenship. For the land, for the bank, for further education, to have passport. I'm not a lawyer myself. The least I can do to help people with good intention is that I can at least carry these so that we can reduce the number to go to the court cases, because it takes years and years to come to the verdict.
She never gave up. We were not so sure that we were able to get the citizenship, but she was very determined. She always made us dream about the future. When a person doesn't have citizenship, the person feels they're cornered in a place where they have no way out. I wish and I hope no children have to go through all that ordeal ever again.
the gift of identity and belonging. Please help me welcome to the stage Deepti Gurung.
First of all, thank you for the added elevation that I have here now. A warm namaste to you all. I'm deeply grateful for this prestigious award and congratulate all the other awardees who are so inspiring. I offer you heartfelt prayers from the distant land, touched by the spirit of Himalayas. My husband Diwakar and my daughters Neha and Nikita are here with me tonight as a testament to what can be achieved with the right intentions. My own family's painful struggle for citizenship due to patriarchy led me to this work. This personal struggle became a national one as I saw myself in other equally desperate mothers. Through Citizenship Affected Peoples Network, we work with governments, civil societies, and individuals to push for change in discriminatory law and support affected individuals. Our national struggle is now global. For wherever women are denied equal nationality rights, wherever people are made stateless, it is people, communities, human rights, democracy, and belonging that suffers. This is why I'm committed to the global movement against statelessness, a stateless-led community dedicated to the eradication of statelessness and equal nationality rights for all. This is why I commend UNHCR's efforts to include affected individuals in the Global Alliance to End Statelessness. But much work remains to be done, and the issue of statelessness is still underfunded. I extend heartfelt gratitude to partners like Amaldi Chekera and Institute on Statelessness Inclusion, Subin Mulmi and the Nationality for All, Catherine Harrington at the Global Campaign for Equal Nationality Rights, and Kiosk Foundation and others who stand by us despite facing their own challenges. I conclude by urging the global community and my government to see all people through a lens of humanity, belonging, and rights. Nepal has made progress, but the gender discriminatory citizenship provision still remains. Reform is necessary to ensure no child is left behind, no mother is denied the right to pass on her nationality, and statelessness is relegated to the books of history. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Deepti. Turning now to Europe, where this year's awardee is an entrepreneur in Turkey. She developed a way to provide free mental health care to survivors of trauma. She said, when the physical war ends, the war in the mind continues. She calls it Peace Therapist.
After we came to Turkey, when we crossed the borders, I thought the war has ended for me. But I realized later I had a second kind of war, which was inside of me. It was a really hard period of time for me. After we came to Turkey, with the support of my family, my father and mother, they wanted us to continue our education. I started to develop myself as a computer engineer. I have joined like hundreds of hours of trainings and education. I can remember the trainer saying, think about an idea that you need the most, or you think the people around you need the most. And when you are building it, you are changing lives of people. At that moment, I decided what I want to do in my life. Peace Therapist is a social tech initiative that is providing mental health services for individuals by video calls, voice calls, and chatting according to the needs. We developed an anonymous system for people to reach for psychological support.
كثير ارتحت، يمكن لأنه شخص غريب نوعاً ما شجعني هذا الشيء، واحد. اثنين، يعني خلاني أكسر كثير حواجز أنا كنت حاططها، فصرت أقدر أنام، صرت أقدر هيك أكسر كثير شغلات أنا كنت أخاف منها، فمرتاح جداً وأشجع أي حدا بصراحة.
At first, I imagined something that is providing mental health services, psychological support for refugees, and especially in their mother language. But it's not only refugees who need psychological support. It is a human right, it is a need for every human.
3 yıl civarında boşandıktan sonra yalnızdım, depreme de yalnız yakalandım ve paylaşmak istiyor. Herkesle de paylaştığında ya hafife alınıyorsun, o yüzden uzmanıyla konuşmak rahatlatıyor.
I know the desperate need of psychological support because I lived it. When you find your strength in the vulnerability to ask for help, you are opening the doors when you feel and see the work that you are doing is appreciated, is being seen. You feel the best feeling in your life to continue and feel more energized to reach more people.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage Jin Darwish.
Honored guests, distinguished partners, fellow advocates, and dear friends. Standing here today, I reflect on my journey from the war-torn streets of Raqqa to this moment of hope. My story mirrors that of millions of refugees displaced, struggling, but resilient. When my family fled Syria, we left behind everything we knew, crossing a border filled with landmines. I lived through unimaginable terror, but the emotional scars ran deeper. For a year, I couldn't leave home, paralyzed by trauma. This experience inspired me to create Peace Therapist, a technological platform that offers accessible mental health services to those affected by trauma, war, displacement, and anyone in need. Peace Therapist is unique because it provides therapy in Turkish, Arabic, Kurdish, and English, and soon in even more languages. Our platform uses AI to match between individuals and psychologists who truly match their needs, ensuring culturally sensitive, anonymous, and secure therapy. It is more than a platform. It is a lifeline for those who need healing. I am a human, and while it was not my choice to become a refugee, it is my choice to help refugees. Every step of this journey has been filled with my inner motivation to make a difference. Despite the hardships, the heart-melting feedbacks, and life-changing stories I've received from those we've helped made me forget all the struggles. These voices are my strength, my driving force. And I am not alone in this mission. Our team of over 100 psychologists, many of them refugees themselves, work tirelessly to bring mental health support to those in need. We are building bridges across cultures, languages, and countries because trauma knows no borders, and neither should healing. Through Peace Therapists, we have reached hundreds of thousands of individuals across 26 countries, and we continue to grow. I accept this award on behalf of every person who has faced unimaginable hardship and found the strength to keep going. Your resilience is my inspiration. Together we are healing from trauma, building resilience, and creating a brighter, more peaceful future for all. 1 out of every 69 people on Earth now is displaced. That's over 120 million people. We must act, and we are open to partnerships and collaborations to expand and help more people who are in need. I want to thank my parents for their endless support, and thank Turkey for providing a safe place for us. Peace Therapist is not just a platform. It is a healing movement, healing hearts and building peace from within for the world. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jin. You forgot your certificate, but we'll get it to you. She says, trauma knows no bounds and neither should healing. In Africa, this year's awardee is an activist from Burkina Faso. She is helping displaced women and children rebuild and start afresh in her community.
J'ai toujours été très rêveuse, très curieuse et je me suis toujours fixé des objectifs très ambitieux et jamais je n'ai pensé que c'était irréalisable. Il y avait des situations concrètes sur le terrain où des enfants souffraient et étaient privés de leurs droits les plus élémentaires. On s'est dit comment on fait pour redonner à ces enfants une lueur d'espoir et donner à ces femmes de la dignité. L'éducation est un des chemins privilégiés par lesquels il faut passer si nous voulons combattre l'extrémisme violent, le manque de cohésion sociale, le manque de paix. Tout ceci relève en fait de l'ignorance. Je ne sais pas si vous connaissez ce sentiment, lorsque vous sentez qu'il y a une personne qui était dans une désillusion totale, dans une situation qu'elle pensait inchangeable, insoluble, qui voit en fait qu'il y a des possibilités pour elle. Mon espoir, c'est que les fils du Sahel qui ont pris les armes, quelle que soit leur conviction, reviennent à la raison et comprennent que nos ancêtres ont bien raison lorsqu'ils disent que le feu n'a jamais éteint le feu et que le développement, c'est vrai qu'il a tardé, mais est toujours possible. Je ne me vois pas comme un héros, je me vois juste comme une personne qui a des convictions pour lesquelles elle se bat. Et ma conviction, c'est qu'on n'a pas besoin de grand-chose pour changer le monde. Tout commence à l'intérieur de nous. Une bonne intention suivie d'une action peut changer le monde.
Good intention followed by good action to change the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Maimouna Ba.
Qu'est-ce que je suis fière de nous, chers lauréates.
Proud of us all, dear prize winners. And this evening, without stealing the show, I would like to start by paying tribute from this rostrum to two women. The first is my mother, Ina. And the second is Marguerite Adelman. Distinguished guests, honourable members of the UNHCR, good evening. You know, as the last born of a family with no income, I grew up in an environment where every day was a struggle and where school was just a distant dream. My mother, a strong and resilient woman, sacrificed so much to give me an education. I still remember the moment when she sold her only new clothes to send us to school. Thanks to that gesture, I was lucky enough to become the first generation in our entire family history to set foot in school. As for Marguerite Adelman, she was my godmother, and she showed me the way to community involvement. This evening, through these heroines, I am paying tribute to all these mothers who fight in silence, sometimes in refugee camps and displaced persons camps, and who hope. Distinguished guests, in 2020, with my mother, I visited a site for internally displaced persons in Dohi. It was a defining moment for me. Since then, I've witnessed so much suffering. Children dying of benign, curable diseases like Amidou, whom I write about in my book entitled A Few Pages from the Life of an Activist. Children taken from school to beg on the edge of the university. Isn't that ironic? Abused women, victims of the worst violence, that could possibly exist. And these are just some of the images that haunt me. I could not ignore these realities. They must spur every human being into action. And that's what I've done. So I am so honored, so very honored to stand before you today and to carry Africa. Just as I am proud to bear the nickname Sahelian Mother, I am convinced, dear friends, that the only remedy for rebuilding peace in our conflict-torn world is love, solidarity, and humanism. Love, solidarity, and humanism. These are free weapons. They cost nothing, right? And they are locked up inside each and every one of us. And they are more powerful than anything else. My appeal to you today is simple. Let us never forget that every gesture counts, that together we can create a world where every child, whatever their origin or social condition, has the chance to dream and to make those dreams come true. A world where every woman is an actor who adds to humanity. And I'll end by saying this. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for recognizing and valuing my work as you have. And I know that for me, the road has only just begun.
Merci, Maimouna. From South Asia and the Pacific to Europe to Africa, it's an all-women's winners lineup this year. Did anybody notice? Congratulations to our regional winners, and thank you so much, HC. This is your second to last time. Our next performer, you might notice a little commotion behind me, is a true champion of displaced and stateless people. She's an actor and a musician who has supported UNHCR for more than a decade. For her advocacy on behalf of refugees, this year she was named as Time 100 Next Generation Leader. I think that deserves a round of applause. She was born right here in Switzerland. Her grandfather was a refugee from Liberia. Her grandmother escaped the Holocaust. She has visited refugees with UNHCR in Jordan, Mexico, Hungary, and Ethiopia. Performing one of her own songs, Peace Talks, from her upcoming album, Pelé, let us please give a warm, raucous welcome to a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador, Kat Graham. She's not alone, though. She is not alone. She is here with her guitarist and producer, Gilles Ducornet, and singers from the Tous en Scène. That was some good French. That was some good French. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Kat Graham!
fighting for. Someone answer for the war at my door. Someone explain where's cash for the poor when they've got billions. Weapons galore, wide trucks blocked from saving us. Why are we blamed when they're profiting? How dare you say it's them or us? The only ones to blame are the leaders we trust.
The mics are still there.
Please.
What an incredible performance. See, now if I was at a festival, I'd say, we want more. But we're here. We're going to keep it very cutesy, very mindful, very demure. What an absolutely beautiful way to lead us up to this grand and beautiful moment to honor UNHCR Nansen Refugee Award's 2024 Global Laureate, a woman whose work safeguards the rights and dignity of people on the move. Let's learn a little bit more about Sister Rosita Milesi.
No início da minha vida, eu queria ser professora de matemática. Eu penso muito nas coisas que têm uma lógica e que têm um objetivo. E também eu acredito muito assim, que se tem dificuldades, a fé ajuda a superar. Sempre foi uma grande preocupação minha, especificamente para atender migrantes e refugiados, sobretudo as pessoas que estivessem sem documentos.
Tudo bem? Está tudo bem. La hermana Rosita para nosotros fue un oasis, la verdad. Es una persona que te escucha, que te orienta, que te entiende y que te apoya en todo lo que ella puede. En lo que está en sus manos, ella te va a apoyar.
Na época, a gente movimentou meio mundo. Eu até comentei que eu escrevi até para o Vaticano, em Roma, pedindo que o Vaticano mandasse uma carta ao governo brasileiro, dizendo quanto era importante ampliar o conceito de refugiado. E eles mandaram uma carta, graças a Deus. Todas as pessoas são seres humanos que têm uma dignidade que ninguém tem direito de desrespeitar.
What a woman, what a mission, and what impact. To please introduce Sister Rosita to the stage, I'm going to ask High Commissioner to please come back, and I will exit. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Nomzamo. So we are at the crucial moment of the evening, but before I say a few words about Sister Rosita, she will speak to you herself. I want to also express my own congratulations for all the other regional award winners and the people of Moldova. We heard so many beautiful stories, but I was reflecting. We heard about mental health, we heard about identity and statelessness, we heard about community development, we heard about helping children. And we heard about refugees leading in their community. But we also heard about work done in situations of internal displacement. And we heard about statelessness work. Somehow, in the space of a few moments, we heard about the whole spectrum of what we do together with refugees, with displaced, and with stateless people across all regions of the world. This is also the meaning of the Nansen Initiative, of the Nansen Award, and I think it was beautifully represented tonight by those who received the awards and by the people of Moldova who received an honorable mention. 5 women. I was trying to think across the spectrum of all these activities, what brings them together? What are the values, the characteristics that they all have? And some words came to my mind, I scribbled, solidarity, courage, solutions. Once again, what more do we need? This morning, those of you who were at the executive committee heard me, and I apologize if I say it again, heard me referring to today's world as a world of mediocre political leadership. Mediocre political leadership, incapable of making peace. Well, let's contrast it with the leadership of these women. In their communities, across their communities and beyond. And I want to add a word for the people of Moldova as well. I'm so happy about this honorable mention. I've been several times to Moldova, a country led by a woman, by the way. That's good leadership. A country that has opened its doors to hundreds of thousands of people. A country that, after all that's happened, I was there not so long ago, they still tell me there's no problem. People are still welcome here, in spite of all difficulties. So thank you, regional winners, and thank you, people of Moldova. And people of Moldova, thank you also on behalf of all those other peoples that receive refugees in Africa, in the Middle East, in Asia, in Europe, in Latin America. We heard from some of the regional winners are refugees in Turkey, in Egypt, as I mentioned earlier. So this thanks is to all those who host that beautiful world. And it is a very special honor for me to celebrate tonight with you our global winner. You have to know, those of you who are not with UNHCR, that Sister Rosita, Hermana Rosita, forgive my Portuguese is not so good, Irmã Rosita, she is a legend for many in UNHCR. And she has been a legend for a long, long time. Many of us and many of my colleagues have followed her for years and years. We have admired her courage and her leadership. As you heard, she's a Catholic sister, she's a social worker, she's a lawyer, she's an activist. A colleague of mine told me something this afternoon which I want to share with you. Let's dwell on one word of all these things that Rosita does, sister. Those of you who have a sister, and even those who don't, but know families where there is a sister, you know what sisters do. Sisters care. Rosita cares so much. She does amazing work to grant people in Brazil, migrants, refugees, shelter, food, health. She helps them train for jobs. She helps them get jobs. She helps them get documents. That's caring. But we also know that sisters, sometimes without imposing themselves, sometimes they do impose themselves, they guide. And Sister Rosita has been a phenomenal guide. You heard what she did. She helped change the legislation of her country. She doesn't come from a small country. She comes from Brazil, and she helped do that. She helped, you heard this, I hope you understood what it meant. Very important. She helped change the legislation of her country to accommodate the definition of the Cartagena Declaration, which is the most advanced refugee instrument in the world, an instrument of which we celebrate this year the 40th anniversary. So one more reason to celebrate Sister Rosita. And sisters do something very important. When you're in a fix, they help you solve problems. And Rosita has done this so beautifully. Throughout her activities, this is her most significant characteristic, that she helps find solutions at the grassroots level and at a much broader level. In that sense, she is very much like Freddy of Nansen, in whose name we have this celebration tonight. So without further ado, let me welcome Sister Rosita Milesi to the stage.
Obrigada, Alto Comissário.
Thank you, High Commissioner of the UNHCR. Greetings to all ladies and gentlemen.
Uma certeza eu tenho.
I hold one certainty.
É que o caminho se faz caminhando.
Paths are made by walking, and our steps are more determined if we are convinced of the journey. I am Sister Rosita Milesi from the congregation of the Scalabrinian Sisters. I come from a very simple family of farmers who lived on the countryside. We are a family of 12 brothers and sisters. At the age of 9, I went to a school run by the Scalabrinian Sisters. This school shaped the future of my life and led me to join the congregation. Was it a calling from God? I believe it was. My parents and siblings inspired me and taught me to pray, to work, and to be generous with those most in need. At the age of 19, I took my vows in the congregation and began my missionary life, which has never been a life of quietude and complacency. I wanted to study law, but this ambition was put into question. How could one reconcile law with the principles of religious life? My response was firm and fast. I will advocate for the poor. What mattered is the goal that guides me. In 1986, I was invited to establish the Congregation's Center for Migration Studies. At this moment, the path I had set for my life intersected with that of refugees, migrants, and stateless people. I spent 2 years in Rome to enhance my legal studies and to deepen my knowledge on these issues. Upon returning to Brazil, I set up the Center for Studies and a specific department dedicated to the assistance of refugees, migrants, and stateless people. In Brazil, hundreds had been waiting for a solution to their legal status. To facilitate support, we established service centers in various locations across the country. In the early 90s, the arrival of refugees fleeing the civil war in Angola accelerated the demand for this service. In my opinion, advocacy focused on public policy development is of utmost importance. I have never missed an opportunity to advocate for the advancement of legislation aligned with the aspirations of refugees and migrants. In 1995, together with UNHCR, I embraced the initiative to propose a law on refugees in Brazil. We submitted a proposal to the Ministry of Justice. One topic was extremely sensitive. It was the expansion of definition of refugee, incorporating the spirit of the Cartagena Declaration. The resulting law placed Brazil at the forefront. It innovated and expanded the concept to include serious and widespread violations of human rights as grounds for assigning refugee status.
Foi a instalação do Comitê Nacional para Refugiados, vinculado ao
I was intensely involved in the next steps, which consisted in establishing the National Committee for Refugees under the auspices of the Ministry of Justice. Ever since, the desire to assign refugee status to all those in need of protection has led to 26 years of intense collaboration with the committee. To assist, guide, and provide legal support to this population, we founded the Migration and Human Rights Institute, which will be celebrating its 25th anniversary December this year. Direct assistance to refugees and migrants has always been and will continue being our primary action. But it's not the only one. I have also taken on other responsibilities, such as drafting legislation on the prevention and suppression of internal and international human trafficking, and advocating for the approval of the migration law based on human rights. This law replaced an outdated foreigner statute that prioritized national security. In 2004, with the support of UNHCR, we consolidated our service centers to create a solidarity network for migrants and refugees, which now comprises approximately 70 organizations across the country. I am pleased to say that I am not tired of fighting for this cause, always in favor of refugees and displaced people due to climate change, and people who are often the consequence and not the cause of these issues. I extend this award to all people with whom I have had the opportunity to share my time, and from whom I have learned lessons of hope, faith, and courage. I share this honor with refugees, my family, My congregation, the Scalabrinian sisters, humanitarian professionals, government representatives, members of civil society, and faith-based organizations who have given me so many opportunities to work together. Allow me, please, to make a plea to those in position of power who use weapons that destroy life. Replace weapons with respectful and open dialogue in a sincere pursuit of peace. How much longer will we witness the killing of innocent children by the senselessness of war? Or witness starvation in a world with abundant resources and possibilities? I send a prayer for refugee children and for all those who no longer cry or smile because their lives have been taken. I am happy that women have been recognized in this year's Nansen Award. I have witnessed their resilience as agents of transformation and action, often silent and anonymous, yet firmly committed to overcoming discrimination and social injustice. Dear fellow Nansen Award winners 2024, with joy I celebrate with you your example and work across different continents. I dedicate this honor to Nansen himself for the legacy he left us. Remembering him means to remember initiatives that were courageous, groundbreaking, and it is a call for all of us to act with creativity and boldness in the pursuit of solutions so that all those in need of international protection find places, governments, and communities that welcome them and offer them the protection that the Nansen passport once provided. With hope, determination, and faith, paths open for us to move forward. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure how I'm going to continue to do my job tonight. Sister Rosita, my makeup artist asked me, you're not going to cry today? I said, no, we're fine. But I've been holding back tears, just listening to your speech and standing in the wings. Obrigada, thank you so much for the work that you do. Thank you for giving me not only hope, but the thing that belongs to each and every one of us, that is ours, which is life. And I think that's what you do. Congratulations. What an honor to be in the presence of such greatness. And of course, our final performer tonight is going to take it to the top. We're already feeling so lifted, and I think she's just going to place us all the way up there. She is a critically acclaimed singer-songwriter who uses a voice not only to make art, but also to stand for justice. Tonight, she's not alone. She's here with her pianist, Nikki Brown. We are so honored to even have a star of this magnitude to grace us with her presence tonight. And I can only hope that you will enjoy her performance tonight. So please give a warm welcome, a scream, a shout to Emily Sunday.
Got the words to change a nation, but you're biting your tongue. You spent a lifetime stuck in silence, afraid you'll say something wrong. If no one ever hears it, how we gonna learn your song? So come on, come on, yeah, come on, you've got a heart as loud as lions. So I let your voice be tamed. Maybe we're a little different. There's no need to be ashamed. You've got the light to fight the shadows. So stop hiding it away. Come on, come on. Yes, I wanna sing. Well, I wanna shout. Yes, I wanna scream till the words dry up. So put it in all of the papers. I'm not afraid. They can read all about it. Read all about it. Oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa. At night we're waking up the neighbors while we sing away the blues, making sure that we're remembered, 'cause we all matter too. If the truth has been forbidden, then we're breaking all the rules. So come on, come on, yeah, come on, let's get the TV and the radio to play our tune again. It's about time we had some airplay of our version of events. There's no need to be afraid. I will sing with you, my friend. Come on, come on. Well, I wanna sing. Yes, I wanna shout. Yes, I wanna scream till the words dry up. So put it in all of the papers. I'm not afraid. They can read all about it. Read all about it. Oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, whoa. Yes, we're all wonderful, wonderful people. So when did we all get so fearful? And now we're finally finding our voices. So take a chance, come help me sing this. Well, I wanna sing, yes, I wanna shout. Well, I wanna scream till the words dry up. Yes, I wanna sing, well, I wanna shout. Yes, I wanna scream till the words dry out. So put it in all of the papers. I'm not afraid. They can read all about it. Read all about it. Whoa. Are you sick and tired of being lied to? Getting kind of bored of being ignored? Can't find the tribe that you belong to? My friend, you are not alone. Are you tired of begging for some answers? Are you scared you won't make it out alive? Do you still have hope the peace is possible? My friend, you are not alone. Oh, you are not alone here. Don't fear, no, you are not alone here. No way, there's plenty more of us here. Yeah, yes, my friend, oh, you are not alone. Are you tired of working for the minimum? And has your heart adjusted to the dark? And does it make you sick they kill the innocent? Oh, my friend, oh, you are not alone. Well, you are not alone here. Don't fear, no, you are not alone here. And no way, there's plenty more of us here. Yeah, yes, my friend, oh, you are not alone. Are you dreaming of a brighter future? Somewhere the children can be free. And will you risk it all to tell the truth? Yeah, my friend, no, you are not alone. And are you tired of feeling so invisible? Are you tired of silencing your voice? Do you still have hope that peace is possible? My friend, oh, you are not alone. Oh, you are not alone here. Don't fear, no, you are not alone here. And no way, there's plenty more of us here. Yeah, yes, my friend, oh, you are not alone.
Okay, never mind. I'm going to stick to my day job. Emily Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause. Wow. You are not alone. You are not alone, my friend. You are not alone. What an incredible, incredible performance to close out this evening's beautiful, beautiful night. And I hope and I pray that you have been inspired just as I have by our regional winners, our global laureate, as well as our performers. One way that you can continue to take action is by adding your voice to our Hope Away from Home campaign, and you can go to unhcr.org/hope. unhcr.org/hope. You can also support refugee artisans by purchasing handcrafted products like the ones that you've received in your seats tonight, like the one that I'm wearing. Thank you very much. Bling, bling, bling. And you can find these at shop.made51.org. So it's shop.made51.org. Don't be selfish, buy it for your friends and families. To learn more about the Nansen Refugee Award, please go to unhcr.org/Nansen. That's unhcr.org/Nansen. This evening would not be possible without the incredible support of our amazing partners. UNHCR would like to thank the Swiss government, the State Council of the Republic of the Canton of Geneva, the Administrative Council of the City of Geneva, the Government of Norway, and the IKEA Foundation for supporting tonight's awards. They would not be possible without your incredible support, and to say yes. And as I bid you adieu tonight, I leave you all with this. What lid of invisibility are you willing to lift to make this world a better place? To give hope away from home. And with that I say, au revoir to our live stream audience. Thank you for joining us from around the world. Please give them a round of applause. I hope it's loud enough that they can hear us. I think it is.